In this video, we'll be taking a look at 4 NBA games happening on February 28, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 8 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 4 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Denver Nuggets versus Detroit Pistons. The Detroit Pistons, who currently hold a record of 33-26, are set to host the Denver Nuggets, standing at 38-21 this Friday. Despite Denver having secured victories in their last 4 encounters, the Pistons are showcasing some of their strongest performances in recent memory. Denver is likely to field the same lineup that competed last night, whereas Detroit anticipates the return of Dennis Schroeder and Simone Fontecchio to their roster. The Nuggets were on a formidable winning streak until the Milwaukee Bucks halted their momentum last night. Now they face a Pistons team that is not only well-rested but also riding high after a decisive victory over the Celtics in their previous game. The Nuggets, often seen as underdogs, possess the capability to triumph on any given night. However, they are at a disadvantage playing the second game of a back-to-back, especially following a disheartening loss to the Bucks. Conversely, the Pistons are on an impressive 8-game winning streak, their best in years, and their confidence is soaring after defeating the Celtics. While there's always a risk of a letdown, the Pistons' current form is undeniable. They are excelling defensively, showing tremendous effort, and are led by the young star, Cade Cunningham. Since the All-Star break, the Pistons have remained undefeated, with all 4 home victories in their current streak won by at least 9 points. The Nuggets, on the other hand, are in a challenging position as they play their 3rd consecutive road game. The Pistons' tenacity is likely to exploit the Nuggets' fatigue. It's difficult to bet against Detroit in their current form. Anticipate the Pistons to be eager for another significant win this Friday. Given Denver's recent defensive issues, Detroit appears to be the favorable choice. As our first pick for this matchup, the Detroit Pistons money line is our full game side pick. When it comes to scoring, the under has hit 15 times in 14 games at the Pistons' home venue. In their last 10 games, the under has occurred in 5, with 1 push. Heading into Friday, the under has been the result in 6 of their last 10 games. This matchup is expected to be low scoring, as both teams are on the second night of a back-to-back. Defensive efforts are likely to be heightened as both teams aim to climb the standings. Detroit ranks 13th in pace and is an average defensive team, suggesting that the total score projected is too high for both teams to exceed. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Cleveland Cavaliers versus Boston Celtics. The Cleveland Cavaliers are heading to TD Garden this Friday night to face off against the Boston Celtics in what promises to be an exciting matchup. The Cavaliers, who currently hold a strong record of 48 wins and 10 losses straight up and 38 wins, 19 losses, and 1 push against the spread, are coming off a dominant performance against the Orlando Magic. On Tuesday night, they crushed Orlando 122-82 as 6-point road favorites. Meanwhile, the Celtics, sitting at 42 wins and 17 losses straight up but struggling with a 25-33-1 against the spread record, suffered a surprising loss to the Detroit Pistons on Wednesday. Boston fell 117-97 as 4.5-point road favorites, adding some uncertainty to their momentum heading into this game. The Celtics might be dealing with some key absences, as Luke Cornett, Jaylen Brown, and Jrue Holiday are all listed as questionable for Friday's game. On the other hand, the Cavaliers appear to be in good shape, with no players currently on the injury report. This could give Cleveland a significant advantage, especially considering how well they've been playing lately. This game marks the 4th and final meeting between these 2 teams this season. Boston has won 2 of the 3 matchups straight up, but Cleveland has covered the spread in 2 of those games. Their most recent clash was in early February, when the Celtics secured a 7-point victory as 1.5-point road underdogs. The games between these teams have been closely contested, with the largest margin of victory being that 7-point Boston Boston win. The other two games were decided by 4 points or fewer. The Cavaliers are riding a wave of momentum, while the Celtics are trying to recover from an unexpected loss to Detroit. Cleveland's last defeat came at the hands of Boston, and that loss is likely still on their minds as they aim to extend their winning streak to 9 games. During this streak, the Cavaliers have been exceptionally balanced and disciplined, making it difficult for most teams to keep up. Boston, on the other hand, has shown some inconsistency, particularly in their recent loss, which raises questions about their ability to handle a red-hot Cavaliers team, while the Celtics have a solid 18-10 straight-up record at home this season. Their 11-17 against the spread record at TD Garden is less impressive. Cleveland, meanwhile, has gone 6-4 against the spread in their last 10 games against Boston, including a strong 4-1 against the spread run in their last 5 matchups. The Celtics currently lead the season series 2-1, and while they're favored in this game due to their home court advantage, their injury concerns and recent performance make this a tricky spot. The Cavaliers, on the other hand, are playing at an incredibly high level right now, and it's hard to ignore how well they've been performing. Boston has won 7 of the last 10 games against Cleveland, but the Cavaliers are too good to pass up as underdogs in this situation. Getting free points with a team as strong as Cleveland is a rare opportunity, especially considering their league-best 66.6% cover rate this season. The Celtics are also coming off a disappointing loss to the Pistons, which adds to the case for backing the Cavaliers. It's been a while since Cleveland opened as underdogs, but this feels like a spot where they could pull off a minor upset. As our first pick for this matchup, the Cleveland Cavaliers to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. In the 3 games these teams have played this season, the under has gone 2-1, with the teams combining to average 227 points per game. While both the Cavaliers and Celtics rank among the top 6 scoring teams in the NBA, they also boast 2 of the league's best defenses. When these teams have faced off this season, defense has often been the deciding factor, particularly in their last meeting, where they combined for 227 points. Both teams have also shown some offensive slowdowns recently. Boston has scored 116 points or fewer in 4 of their last 6 games, while Cleveland has been held to 122 points or fewer in 4 of their last 8. This suggests a slight dip in offensive production as the season has progressed, possibly due to fatigue or adjustments after the All-Star break. The under has also been a reliable trend in this matchup, going 6-4 in the last 10 games between these teams. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Portland Trail Blazers versus Brooklyn Nets. The Portland Trail Blazers, holding a record of 26-33, are set to face off against the Brooklyn Nets, who stand at 21-37 in a Friday night showdown. These two teams last met in January, with the Nets securing an 18-point victory on the road. Portland is entering this game fresh off a road win against the Washington Wizards, where they triumphed 129-124 and covered the spread as 6.5-point favorites. On the other hand, Brooklyn is coming off a home loss to the Oklahoma City Thunder, with the final score also being 129-124, but they managed to cover as 16.5-point underdogs. The Trail Blazers continue to deal with several absences, as Jerami Grant and Denny Avdija are both listed as questionable for this matchup. Meanwhile, the Nets have once again ruled out D'Angelo Russell and Noah Clowney. Portland has been performing well lately, with clearly defined roles for their players, while Brooklyn has struggled and faces additional lineup challenges with the return of Cam Thomas. Although the Nets are happy to have their scorer back, reintegrating him after missing over 20 games may not be seamless. The Nets have been experimenting with their lineup frequently, as evidenced by Day'Ron Sharpe making his first start recently. Portland, still in the hunt for a spot in the Western Conference play-in tournament, comes into this game riding a 3-game winning streak. Portland's recent form has been impressive, as they've gone 13-5 straight up in their last 18 games. They've also won 3 consecutive contests, while Brooklyn has lost their last 2 games. Another factor working in Portland's favor is their depth scoring. In their last game against Washington, they had 4 players come off the bench to score in double figures, including a standout 36-point performance from Shedon Sharpe. The Blazers are in the middle of a lengthy road trip and will be eager to secure a win against a team of similar caliber before facing tougher opponents like Cleveland and Boston on the road. Given that Portland has the stronger offense and is facing a Nets defense that ranks 18th in efficiency, I'm leaning toward the Blazers in this matchup. As our first pick for this game, the Portland Trail Blazers moneyline is our full game side pick. While I've highlighted Portland's offensive strengths, it's important to note that they rank just 26th in offensive efficiency, scoring 108 108 points per 100 possessions. Brooklyn isn't far behind, sitting at 27th with 106 points per 100 possessions. A key factor in this game will be the slow tempo both teams employ. The Nets are last in the league in pace, averaging only 97.8 possessions per game, while the Trail Blazers rank 19th with 100.8 possessions per game. The Nets are welcoming back Cam Thomas, but his return adds another layer of complexity for the coaching staff to manage. With D'Angelo Russell ruled out for this game, Brooklyn loses a significant scoring option, further delaying the chance to have their top guards on the floor together. Portland's offense ranks 25th in efficiency and Brooklyn's ranks 23rd, so neither team is known for filling up the stat sheet consistently. This sets the stage for a low-scoring game, especially considering Brooklyn has gone under the total in 6 of their last 7 games. Both teams see this as a winnable contest, so expect a slower-paced, defensive battle in New York. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Oklahoma City Thunder versus Atlanta Hawks. On Friday night, the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Atlanta Hawks will face off in an interconference matchup. The Thunder are coming off a road win against the Brooklyn Nets, while the Hawks are reeling from a loss to the Miami Heat in their most recent game. Both teams are looking to make a statement, but they're heading in opposite directions as the season progresses. The Thunder will still be without Alex Caruso and Ajay Mitchell for this game, while the Hawks continue to miss Larry Nance Jr. and Jalen Johnson due to injuries. Oklahoma City has been one of the most dominant teams in the league this season, even though they've developed a tendency to start games slowly. Despite falling behind early in several matchups, they've consistently found ways to pull out victories. On the other hand, the Hawks have been struggling to find their rhythm, and their recent blowout loss to a struggling Miami Heat team only highlights their current challenges. Oklahoma City has been a strong bet this season, boasting a 35-20-4 record against the spread. However, they've hit a rough patch recently, going just 1-4-1 against the spread in their last 6 games. The Hawks, while not winning many games outright, have managed to cover the spread in 7 of their last 10 contests. It's worth noting that 7 of the Thunder's 12 losses this season have come on the road, and they got off to a slow start in their last game against the Nets. With the playoffs approaching, there's a chance the Thunder might be looking ahead, which could leave the door open for the Hawks to keep this game competitive. The spread feels a bit steep for a road team, even one as strong as Oklahoma City. As our first pick for this matchup, the Atlanta Hawks to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. The Hawks' defense has been a major issue this season, and it was on full display in their last game, where they gave up 131 points to a Heat team that isn't known for its offensive firepower. Atlanta ranks 27th in the league in points allowed per game, which is a glaring weakness. However, they've been able to score consistently, ranking 8th in the NBA in points per game. Their games have been high-scoring lately, with the total going over in 2 of their last 3 matchups. The first meeting between these 2 teams in Oklahoma City earlier this season was no exception, as both teams combined to easily surpass the total. The Thunder, who rank 4th in the league in scoring, have also been involved in high-scoring games recently, with the total going over in 7 of their last 10 contests. Both teams play at a fast pace. The Thunder are 8th in the NBA in pace, while the Hawks are 2nd. With all these factors in play, this game has all the makings of a shootout. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.